Curious George builds a treehouse. George was a good little monkey, but sometimes he broke the house rules. Painting on the walls was against the rules. So was buttering corn with your feet. The animals outside didn't have to worry about house rules. That made it seem like a great place for a monkey. The tree was nice until it was started to rain. George couldn't live in the tree and stay dry unless he had a tree house. Then he could make his own house rules. George went to see how other houses were made. Mrs. Rankins were building a chicken coop. Maybe she can help. George looked at some drawings Mrs. Rankins had. Those are my plans, George, she explained. Of course, George needed a plan. He drew a plan for his tree house. Mrs. Rankins liked George's drawing. If you want to try building, take all the wood you need, she said. On the way home, George passed Mr. Quinn fixing the dock. Hi, George, he said. That's a lot of wood. You must be building something. Mr. Quinn offered George some nails. Take anything you need, neighbor. Armed with his handy monkey tool set, George was ready to build. This would be his house, and he would make all the rules. George chose a piece of wood for the floor of the treehouse. He tried to balance it on his favorite branch, but it didn't stay up. Building was not easy. How could he keep his floor from tipping over? Maybe he needed to balance his floor on 2 branches. Success! Now it is time to pull up the walls. George remembered how Mr. Quinn used his tools on the dock, and it was even faster when you could use your feet. After lots of hard work, there was only one wall to build. But George was out of nails, and the only piece of wood was left was too big. George went back to Mrs. Rankins' farm. She had told him he could have any wood he wanted. Then he stopped at the docks for nails. George's treehouse was finally done. Wow, the man with the yellow hat said. You built your own treehouse. Where did you get all the wood and nails in? Just then the neighbor showed up. George, did you take my wall? Asked Mrs. Rankins. Mr. Quinn asked, do you take nails from my dock? George was sorry, but then the neighbor saw his careful plans. George didn't want George to lose his tree house. It's okay. I did say you could have whatever nails you wanted, Mr. Quinn said. And I can make a new wall, Mrs. Rankins said. Now, George had a place where he made the rules. Rule number 1, you have to paint on the walls. And rule number 2, always butter corn with your feet. The end.